Polk County Parks and Recreation has 5 resource centers, and they're located around Polk County and serve the residents in those communities. Each center hosts various special events during the year, and with St. Patrick's Day just around the corner, an event that's sure to be a shamrocking good time, and you don't want to miss it, is coming up at the Wabash Community Center. All the details next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Kelly Vettido. Kelly is a recreation coordinator with Polk County Parks and Rec, mainly assigned to the Wabash Community Center. How you doing, Kelly?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. Let's talk a little bit about the Wabash Community Center as far as location. Where is it, and tell me a little bit about the background of it.
Well, the Wabash Community Center's in Lakeland. We're pretty much right off of Ariana Street. It says Wabash Community Center, so a lot of people think it's actually on Wabash, but it's not. It's actually off of Southern Avenue, the corner of Southern Avenue and Ariana Street in Lakeland. We are the youngest center that we have in our Parks and Rec group. We have been there, I think in March, we're gonna be there 6 years. We'll have been there for 6 years, so we're the baby of the group.
Now, when we talk about these community centers, 5 of them being throughout the county, this one's 6 years old, and you've been with the county 7 years?
Yes.
Talk about the important role that a community center plays in the neighborhoods that they're located in. Because at times, you know, some of these neighborhoods really don't have anything else.
Yes, these community centers, all 5 of them are very important to the various communities that they're in. For our community center, we have different activities and different programs that we have going on every day. For instance, we have an after-school program that runs 5 days a week, and what we do with the after-school program is kids come in right after school, we help them with their homework, and as soon as they're done, we do different activities with them. We have a great park out back that we utilize a lot, and we just get to spend time with them. And since I've been there, I've watched kids grow from kindergarten on up into middle school, and it's just been pretty cool, the relationships that you can get from having those kids and their parents come up to the center every day. It's pretty cool. And not only do we have the after-school program, but we also have computers for everybody in the community to use for resources like Access Florida, job searching. They do resumes online, and it's just a good tool for people to come and use when they're in need.
We talked a little bit about the youth that come in and use the facility, and of course the parents are always there, and it's great after school. But one thing that people don't realize, it's also a great place for our elderly to visit. Talk about the role that it plays to the elderly within the community.
Yes, absolutely. We have some great seniors that come to our center every single day with a program that's called Fellowship Dining, and that's also a county organization as well. And they get together, they play cards, they play chess, dominoes, they go on different outings, and that's just a program where they have lunches that they give, and it's just a great group of people. We have new people starting, you know, every few months, and it's growing, and it's just a good time.
And as we said, it's a great place with a lot of resources, but the more popular programs that you put on are always the parties, and you guys do a lot to reach out to the community members, and a party that's coming up, one of my favorite holidays, yeah. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Let's talk a little bit about the St. Patrick's Day Family Palooza. What do we got going on?
Well, this is our 2nd annual St. Patty's Day Family Palooza, and what we're going to do during this time is we blast music throughout the park. We do utilize our park out back a lot. So we blast music throughout the park. We're going to have a bounce house. We're going to have food. We're going to have arts and crafts and games. And it's just kind of one of those family events that parents can feel comfortable bringing their kids to and just have a really good Saturday afternoon.
You know how they have during the Super Bowl, they have like the Puppy Bowl? What I want to do is put a little GoPro on a little kid in a bounce house and just broadcast that. you know?
Absolutely, that would be
I
awesome.
I don't know what it is about bounce houses. Kids have so much energy in a bounce house. I get in there, I'm like, oh no.
I don't want to break my ankle.
None for me, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other things you guys got going on. I know you got food, crafts, things along that lines. What are we talking about specifics there?
With our craft, we're going to be doing like a shamrock crown that we've got going on. And then, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but the Blarney stone, we're going to try to paint some rocks and give a little glitter to them, and so they can have something to take away that's kind of fun and really themed for the event. With the food, we're going to be cooking up some hot dogs for everybody at the event. Everything's going to be free, absolutely free at our event. So we've got that going on. We're going to have some games, which our group at Parks and Rec is just wonderful, and some of the girls have made a life-size Jenga. So we're going to have a life-size Jenga.
Those things are cool.
Yeah, they're really, really awesome. So we're going to have that. We're going to have, not Plinko. I forget what the name of it is, but it's another cool, really life-size game that the kids are really going to get into. And we're going to spray paint a checkers board on the ground. It's just going to be a lot of fun, a lot of interactive games.
One of the key words that you said was free, and Polk County Parks and Rec is always seeking the help of community partners, whether it be through sponsorship or volunteers. Let's break them down one by one. Sponsors, are there any? Are they needed? Or can they help you out throughout the year? Let's talk a little bit about sponsors.
We currently do not have any sponsors for this particular event, but we can use them right up to the last week, honestly, because it's just, sponsors are really, really helpful, because we are only allotted a certain amount, and when you have, a possibility of 300 something people coming out to your event, you want to make sure that you're going to have enough of everything to go around, with the hot dogs, with the craft, with, it may allow us to get another bounce house or something like that, because those things aren't cheap either. So we currently do not have any, but we're always looking, and for future events as well, we're always on the hunt for sponsors.
What about volunteers? I mean, Polk County Parks and Rec staff are just a few that you guys have there, and talk about the role that volunteers play. Volunteers
are very, very essential to our events. We probably only have 2 to 3 staff members on site at each event, but with all the activities we have going on, craft, game, at each game, there's always got to be someone at a bounce house. We've got food that's going to be served. So volunteers are pretty crucial, because I can't leave a bounce house unattended. I can't leave a life-size Jenga game unattended either. So they're a really big help, and it's great for high schoolers to come out and get their community hours, to get 4 or 5 hours. That's easy stuff, and it's usually fun things, fun activities that they get to do with the kids and adults, and it's just really easy. So we could always use volunteers.
For volunteers and sponsors alike, if they'd like to get involved, how do they go about doing as such?
Well, they can call me, Kelly, at the Wabash Community Center, and they can reach me at 863-284-4223, and they can just give me a call up, and we can get started on the process.
All right, Kelly, as usual, always a pleasure having you in.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we want to make sure that we see you at the kickoff for St. Patty's Day weekend at the Wabash Community Center, Saturday, March 12th from 1 to 4 p.m. at 1230 Southern Avenue in Lakeland. It's a free community event that will feature free snacks and drinks and arts and crafts and bounce houses. For more information, you can give them a call, 863-284-4223. Volunteers and sponsors alike are invited to call that number. Also, you can look them up on the web if you need more information at parksandrec.polk-county.net.